beat your ass, and I'm gonna beat J.R. Love ass. On my mama, I'm gonna beat both ass. On my mama. And he laughing. You know, he laughing.
What the fuck I'm
What are you talking about?
What
does he have to do with this?
Let anything, you know what I'm talking about. Let anything. No, I don't have to say it right now.
I don't understand that.
Don't worry about it. I don't got to say it up here. Let anything happen. And I'm going to show you and him.
What? Like what? Like what?
It begs the question, Tank. It begs the question, Tank. How was your training for him? I mean, now you're fighting a bigger guy. Obviously,
This wasn't your typical press conference. The moment Gervonta, Tank Davis, and Jake Paul sat across from each other under those bright stage lights, the vibe snapped from calm to pure chaos in seconds. The stare down alone felt electric. Two men from completely different universes locking eyes. On one side, a 3-division world champion. On the other, a YouTuber turned prize fighter, refusing to blink. Nobody moved, nobody backed off, and you could almost feel the room shaking. The tension built so fast it nearly erupted into a brawl on the spot. Security rushed in, and even then, you got the sense the punches could have started flying right there, long before fight night.
This is happening, and you're about to get into the ring with Jake Paul.
I'm definitely excited. You know, I think it's going to be good. You know, he been in the gym and he been boxing for a little minute now, so he been taking it serious. So we just got to see what he bring come when we fighting.
November 14th.
Yeah, November.
He's stupid as fuck.
Let's be honest. Tank Davis wasn't just respected, he was feared. The guy built his name off brutal knockouts, viral highlights, and a reputation as one of the most vicious finishers boxing had ever seen. When Tank stepped in the ring, people expected violence, not decisions.
This is a dangerous fight for Jake. Gervonta's technical expertise, his speed, his precision, the fact that he's a counter striker are dangerous facts that make me think that Jake's really got to lock in for this one. On the contrary, if Gervonta feels a couple big Jake Paul shots, it's going to be detrimental.
I think this is going to be one of those ones that gets a real good racial split. I think it's going to be some real black versus white shit, dude.
But then everything shifted when Lamont Roach entered the picture. No one expected Roach to push Tank the way he did, but in their first meeting, Roach humbled him, made him look beatable. Fans left that night questioning Tank's dominance, calling the draw controversial and claiming Roach deserved the win. Roach's reputation shot up, while Tank's untouchable image suddenly had cracks. And instead of running it back and proving himself in a rematch everybody wanted, Tank dodged that challenge. He passed up redemption and chose to face Jake Paul, a YouTuber, instead. Just think about that for a second.
When you walk into the ring, how much you think you'll weigh?
When I walk in the ring?
Yeah.
With or without the ankle monitor on?
That's corny. That's super corny. I don't know how much I'll weigh.
And the handcuffs too.
Huh? What are you talking about, fam? That outfit is trash. For real. That outfit is garbage.
Thank
that hairstyle. Anybody that ever rocked a mohawk is a fucking clown. We all know this. Name
You want to see clowns? You want to see clowns? Gervonta, you're the fucking clown, buddy. Any man who puts his hands on a woman is the clown.
If I put my hands on females or anything like that, right? You see how when I don't even want to bring up nobody thing, what's the name about that? But P. Diddy, when things got like that, it was mad females coming out, right? So if I hit a female, right, wouldn't it be mad other females? Like I ain't been just with one female. Like I'm 30 years old. No.
Okay.
This isn't about legacy. This isn't about greatness or proving you're the top dog. This is a straight-up cash grab, plain and simple. And that's why fans are upset, because stepping in the ring with Jake Paul does nothing to elevate Tank's career. If anything, it puts everything he's built on the line for the wrong reasons. Instead of strengthening his legacy, he's gambling it.
Jake Paul versus Tank Davis, they just announced the fight. What's your instant reaction to that?
I don't know what's going to happen with a 135-pounder going up against a 200-pounder. I think it's not a real fight. Jake just too big. Tank ain't gonna be able to get in from that jab. Jake land one good punch on Tank, it's over.
Here's the key issue, the weight. Tank is a true lightweight, sitting around 135 pounds. Jake Paul, he's coming in near 195. That's a jump of 6 full weight divisions. Jake is basically a small heavyweight standing across from a guy who built his name at lightweight. The size gap is insane.
95 pounds for this exhibition. The fight will be contested over 10 3-minute rounds. The fight is 195 pounds, Tank, as you know. The fight will be contested over 10 3-minute rounds, and when Tank and Jake enter the squared circle to go to battle, they will be wearing 12-ounce gloves. Sitting ringside will be 3 commission-approved world-class professional judges that will score every round to ensure there's a decisive outcome for the fight if it goes the distance. And both men are enrolled in the highest level of testing with USADA. So Tank, Jake, thank you for doing this. Thank you for giving boxing another massive moment, headlined by yourselves, featuring multiple world title fights. But come Friday, November 14th, only one of you will have your hand raised and walk away with the W. The question is, will it be a W rendered by 3 judges or a W by stoppage? May the best fighter win. Thank you.
Thank you. But here's the truth. Hardcore boxing fans understand weight classes. They get the physics. They know size matters. Casual fans? They don't care at all. All they're going to see is Tank Davis, one of the most talented fighters on the planet, stepping in against Jake Paul, a YouTuber. So if Jake somehow pulls it off, nobody's going to be talking about weight disadvantages or size gaps. They'll just say one thing. A YouTuber just beat one of boxing's elite.
Bro, that's a fucking disgrace of a fight.
Yeah.
You know it. Just like Mike Tyson, low-key was a disgrace, but we accepted it. But
yeah,
he was 60 years old. I mean, the casuals don't see the weight difference. They see Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis. Yeah. And if Gervonta Davis doesn't fuck up Jake Paul, they're going to think Jake Paul is some pound-for-pound champion type of fighter.
Yeah.
Gervonta Davis, he's actually really small. Like, when I fought him, he's small.
Yeah.
So I just think it's a very unfair fight.
That's the disaster scenario for Tank. Because if he slips up here, it won't just hurt his reputation. It'll make the whole sport look like a sideshow. But for Jake, this is the moment he's been chasing since day one. This fight is his golden ticket, the shot he's always wanted to prove he belongs on the biggest stage in boxing.
Jake Paul, Tank Davis fight got moved to Miami.
I think Jake wins.
Jake's just so big, dude.
I think Jake wins.
This is different because it's similar. It's similar to Logan versus Mayweather, but Jake Paul now obviously is way more advanced than where Logan was at that moment in time.
I mean, it's just fucking sick.
I mean, yeah, no, but dude,
Did
Jake,
you ever watch his highlights?
Jake can crack, man.
He's so sick. I love that guy, bro.
Jake Paul has been chasing real respect from the moment he stepped into a ring. Sure, he's taken out ex-UFC names. He went at Tommy Fury, and he's turned himself into a legit pay-per-view attraction. But none of that was ever enough for him. What Jake has been craving, more than followers, more than headlines, is validation from the boxing world. And stepping in there with Tank Davis, that's the moment he believes can finally stamp his name among the real fighters.
They'll never give me credit until I have the world championship belt, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. You know, but belts collect dust, and what I've done in the sport is unprecedented. Never will be replicated, and done it in such a short amount of time, just getting warmed up. They're not going to give me credit, but I don't need the credit from these bozos, to be honest. The credit's in my bank account.
Jake understands that size is his biggest weapon here. He's stepping in bigger, stronger, and with real power behind his punches. And unlike the Tyson fight, where people roasted him for going after a 60-year-old legend, this time he's standing across from a prime active killer. If Jake actually pulls this off, he won't just earn respect. He'll shake the whole boxing world to its core.
Gervonta Davis just posted that he would beat the brakes off of you if you guys fight.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be down. Let's run it. Like, I'll be super, super down. I don't know if
Gervonta needs Jake Paul. Let's be clear, right?
Is there a height limit in boxing?
And that's exactly why hardcore boxing fans are losing their minds over this matchup. Because it isn't just risky, it feels reckless. Tank doesn't need Jake Paul. He needs the real challenges, the legacy fights. Guys like Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney, and the rematch with Lamont Roach that everyone's still waiting for. Those are the battles that would stamp his name in boxing history, not this sideshow.
Has anybody ever come to you and said, Terrence, what do you think? Dip your toes in the MMA water.
I don't get paid enough.
But if you did?
Nope. $5,000 to show up, $5,000 to win, $5,000 for best in show.
Yeah,
like, hell no.
Yeah. Well, that's the guys coming out.
Yeah. I know, but I'm just saying that's how it is in UFC too.
Yeah,
They might get a little more money, but they be same thing, like 20,000.
Yeah.
So they fighting that off to get that bonus. Boxers, man, win, lose, draw. We getting X amount that's on that contract.
Yes.
That's it.
That's how it should.
Instead, Tank is walking the money path. And look, nobody's blind. We've seen this play before. Floyd Mayweather turned prize fighting into pure business and built a whole empire cashing checks bigger than titles.
Holy shit, Jake Paul versus Tank Davis is actually happening. What the f*** is going on? I guess Tank is going broke because that's the only justifiable reason you ruin your legacy against a guy like Jake Paul. And yes, I do think Jake Paul is going to win. Tank Davis is a much better boxer and has crazy power, but he's 5'5", 130. That power is not going to carry over against someone who is 6'1", 210. And it's not like Jake is bad. Yes, his fights are boring. He says he's going to step in the ring and sleep his opponents, but the only people who end up sleeping are the audience. Mike Tyson fight, but at the end of the day, he's a big guy with power who is training boxing full time, and he has beaten some legitimate competition. Woodley, Nate Diaz, Anderson Silva, Mike Perry had a competitive fight with Tommy Fury, but it's crazy how particular Jake has to be when selecting his opponents. They have to have enough clout to be interesting, enough skill to be taken seriously as a threat, but at the same time, have clear weaknesses and disadvantages that Jake and his team can exploit to win. Now that he's fighting an elite boxer, he has to fight someone 7 weight classes down. I mean, Tank could win if he makes Jake do a very aggressive weight cut, but I just don't see that happening. I got Jake by 3rd round TKO. He should put me on the co-main event and allow me to fight Francis Ngannou. That would be an easy 1st round knockout for myself.
Instead, Tank is walking the money path. And look, nobody's blind. We've seen this play before. Floyd Mayweather turned prize fighting into pure business and built a whole empire cashing checks bigger than titles.
Crazy that everybody keep asking me, why you not coming back to fight? Why you not coming back to fight? So I look at the fight game. I said, okay. I said, fighters fighting, they make 3 million, 4 million, 6 million, 7 million. Some may make 10 or 20 million. But I'm doing exhibitions and I'm making 20, 25 million, 100 million for exhibitions. So why would I come back and fight and get a guaranteed 35 million when I'm doing exhibitions and getting 100 million?
But here's the thing, Floyd earned that luxury. He built his fortune after beating the biggest names of his generation. Pacquiao Canelo de la Hoya. He dominated the elite first, then cashed out. He proved greatness before he turned the sport into a business move.